Our brains are incredibly biased, and so is our reality. Part 2. We left off speaking about opsins. Opsins are the universal photoreceptor molecules of all visual systems in the animal kingdom. They can change their conformation from a resting state to a signaling state upon light absorption, which activates the G protein, thereby resulting in a signaling cascade that produces physiological responses. Mainly called pineal glands in the recent decades, the pineal organs actually represent a differentiated form of encephalic photoreceptors. These photoreceptors throughout your cerebral cortex, cerebellum, pineal glands, retina, brain, across your glabella fissure, etc., and the cell receptors throughout your body that communicate information across cell via ligand chemical protein messengers in the body. The bonding process results in a cellular effect which manifests any number of changes in that cell, including altering gene transcription or translation or changing cell morphology. This process can actually be trained to have controlled communication throughout your body. You can actually consciously process, direct, and store this information for further evaluation and sorting. This is the relatively big deal about subconscious reprogramming. This method trains each hemisphere to work in coordination with your corpus callosum, which allows your two brain hemispheres to communicate with each other and synchronizing their functions with your heart. Sometimes our mind processes, then throws out or trashes important environmental information by labeling or communicating it as unimportant. This is the same reason you can look by the door for your keys 20 times and on the 21st inspection find your keys that were not there moments ago. Your brain was so fixated on the act of looking for the keys that it could not visually process finding them. Another very common example would be forgetting to process that you're using your phone. Most of us have done that, right? You think you've misplaced it and begin looking for your phone, perhaps even telling the person you're talking to on the phone that you're looking for the very item you're communicating through. Your brain stopped processing the information, including your phone, so you subconsciously decided it must be missing based on a lack of processed contextual information. Our mind fills in the gaps for things that don't fit our previously held perspective or narrative. This is commonly referred to socially and theologically as God of the gaps. This is a theological perspective also typically applied to religion and spirituality, in which gaps in scientific knowledge are taken to be evidence or proof of each individual's conceptualization of God's existence. In Part 3, we'll get into how this relates to quantum physics and particle entanglement.